Hello, this is my light following robotic car that I made at home without having the proper components. And in this video I'm going to show you how you can make this at home. I will explain the circuit diagram, the source code, and I will show the circuit in working condition using the Proteus software, and at the end we will be doing the hardware part. So let's see what are the components that you need have to make this car. First of all, you need a microcontroller. I'm using the Arduino Uno, two gear motors, one L293D motor driver, a battery, jumper wires, two resistors, and two LDR sensors. This is a small list of components that you can also find in the description box of this video. So let's begin with understanding the working of this L293D motor IC. Motor driver. This single L293D motor driver is used to control the two motors. One is need to be connected on the left hand side and another is need to be connected on the right hand side. Motor driver is having the 16 pins, 8 on the left side and 8 on the right side. This motor driver is internally having the two H bridges. Two H bridges are used to control the motor connected to left and the right side. So let's understand the pin and their configuration. So first pin of this motor is the enable pin, which is used to trigger or enable this left hand side of this LD is this motor driver. The first pin, pin number second is the input 1, and pin number 2 is the pin number 7 is the input 2. These two pins are used. These two pins are need to be connected with the two pins of the Arduino so that we can change their polarity by toggling between high and low to change the direction of the motor. Pin number 3 and pin number 5. Pin number 3 and pin number 6 are the two output pins that are need to be connected with the two pins of the motor. Pin number 4 and pin number 5 are the ground pins, and these pins are need to be short circuited so that we have a common ground for these two. Pin number 8 is the VCC pin, which is used which is need to be connected with a power supply so that our motor can be this motor driver can be powered on. The pin number 9 is again the enable pin, which is used to enable or just trigger this right hand side of this motor driver. Pin number 10 and pin number 15 are the two input pins for the motor for the motor connected on the left hand side. Pin number 11 and pin number 14 are the two output pins for the motor which is connected on the left hand side. Pin number 16 is again the VCC pin, which is used to power on the second H bridge which is connected on the right hand side of this motor driver. So let's just open our Proteus software and make the circuit connections for this. So I'm in the Proteus software. So we have to go just to this library section and we have to add Arduino LDR motor driver and two motors here. I have already done this part here. These are the components that we are going to use: one Arduino motor driver and two motors. So these are the components that we are going to use. I will give the circuit diagram for this in the description box. So what we are going to do, we will just short circuit enable 1 and enable 2. We will short circuit VCC1 and VCC2, and then we will short circuit these two short circuit points so that we just use one power source to enable these two pins. So I'm just going to my terminal section and adding a 5 volt here, 5 volt power source. Just short circuit this and just short circuit these two grounds also, and from the terminal section add a ground point here to complete the circuit diagram. Now I'm using my pin number 8, 9, 10 and 11 for this as my input pin. So I will be connecting my pin number 8 to input 1, my pin number 9 input 2, pin number 10 as input 3, and pin number 11 as input 4. So I'm connecting my motor to output 1 and output 2, output 3 to my one terminal of my second motor, and output 4 to another terminal of my second motor. We also have to connect the LDR sensors. So just go to this component section and search for LDR. This one is good. So this one is my LDR1 and this is my LDR2. We need resistors here. So I'm just adding one resistor on this place and another resistor on this place. So just rotate them, both the resistors. Just rotate them. Make the connections from the junction between resistor and the LDR sensor. Take the terminals and add to pin number A2 and analog pin A2 and analog pin A3. add a separate power source for both the resistors. You have to remember one thing, that this power source is same for both the resistors, and you have to either use external power source that the battery, or you can just use the 5 volt and ground pin of the Arduino to power these. With this, our circuit diagram is complete. Now let's go to our Arduino part and write the code for this. So first of all, I have to declare the 4 pins as the output pin. So I have to declare the 4 pins for this. So I'm declaring int button 1 equal to 8, button B2 equal to 9, comma B3 equal to 10, B4 equal to 11. With this, I'm done with the declaring part. So in the void setup, we have to declare these pins as my output pin. Void setup in mode B1 comma output pin. Just copy this command line and paste it 4 times. Just change the button name from 1 to 3. So this is 3 and this is 2. So initially I have to declare all these pins as the output pins. So in the while loop section, what I have to do, I have to read the values of my analog pins or the LDR sensor. So for that I have to write just like float value 1 equal to analog read A2, float value 2 equal to analog read A3. These are the two values that we are going to read on our screen are from the LDR sensor at the analog channel of our Arduino board. So let's begin with the conditional part or the logic part. If so, we will be setting some condition for this because they already read some values. So we just want our car to just stop if there's not enough light, or when there's not light incidence on our car. So let's set the condition. If value 1 is less than value 2 and value 2 is greater than say 100, then what we are going to do, we will set the digital write button 1. We will just turn on we set button 1 in high and copy this command line to paste it 4 times for the 4 buttons. We are going to move our car in the forward direction, so we have to just set button B1 high, B2 low, button 3 high and button 4 low, button 3 high and button 4 low, so that one work as ground and another will work as my power pin. So in the else, if value 1 is greater than value 2 and value 1 is greater than 100, just copy this section of code and paste it here. Just change these, just toggle the on and off situations high. Now in this section will help us to move our car in the forward direction. This section will help us to move our car in the reverse direction, but we want our car to just stop when there is not enough amount of light. So we will add another else, and we will just paste this thing here and make the same polarity for all. So with this, our code is complete. Just copy this code and just compile this code and copy the address of this program that you just made here and paste it in the Arduino program file protease section. In the Arduino and protease section, just start the simulation. You can see here that both the motors are just stopped here because there is not proper amount of light for this. Let's just increase the light. As you can see that for this LDR sensor, the motors are rotating in the backward direction. Let's just increase the value for this. Here you can see that motors have just toggled to rotate in one another direction. So in this way your circuit will work and your car will move from one direction to another direction. Let's just decrease the value here. Here you can see that both the motors have stopped because there is not the condition fulfilled by these LDR sensor, or there is these values of these sensor values are the float 1 and float 2 are less than our set values, and the if condition is working here. So let's go to the hardware part. Now I'm going to connect these components on my breadboard. I have connected my this motor driver here. I have short circuited my pin number 1 and pin number 8. So enable pin number 8 is the VCC pin. I have connected my pin number, these two ground are the short circuited. I have also short circuited my pin number 1 and pin number 16, so that this circuit can be completed at both the sections. Left hand section and the right hand section of this LDR motor driver must be powered on. I will connect my two motors here by using the double-sided tape or just the Fevikwik or glue gun. One motor will lie here and another here. I will just make the 4 holes from here and here to just pin out the wires from my motor. Here are my motors. My two red wire goes to motor on the left hand. These two wires goes to the motor on the right. And now I have to place this breadboard over here and my Arduino board over here to make. I will be using my this power bank power up this whole car. It's time to connect the jumper wires to make the proper connection. With this, my circuit part is over. As you can see, the circuit part is over. Now let's open our this Arduino IDE. I'm in the Arduino IDE and I'm going to upload this code that we have just written here. Let's just upload this code here. First compile the code and then upload here. Now upload is done. Here you can see the motor is properly running.